Never lose yourself because of someone else. You are perfect just the way you are. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Day of Solidarity Telethon raised more than $3.7 million to support quake victims in Syria and Turkey. President of Supreme Council of Health to patronize 3rd National Sickle Cell Symposium. Dubai opened world's largest inflatable park. Abu Dhabi launched flexible health insurance for entrepreneurs and investors. Earthquake death toll passed 45,000 and many still missing in flattened apartments. News in detail. Day of Solidarity Telethon raised more than $3.7 million to support quake victims in Syria and Turkey. In implementation of the royal directives of His Majesty, King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa to provide urgent humanitarian relief aid to the victims of the earthquake which rocked Syria and Turkey, and under the patronage of representative of His Majesty, the King for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, Bahrain TV organized, in cooperation with the Royal Humanitarian Foundation, a national campaign under the theme, The Day of Solidarity, to support the quake victims. Bahrainis have shown solidarity in its best with the brethren in Syria and Turkey who were affected by the earthquake, thus glorifying the concept of humanitarianism and good deeds. His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa expressed most sincere thanks and appreciation to His Majesty the King, the Honorary President of RHF, for his humanitarian initiatives towards the brethren in Syria and Turkey, and the relief aid provided to the needy across the world. He noted that the campaign reflects the Kingdom's unwavering stance towards brotherly and friendly countries in time of crisis and humanitarian circumstances. His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa commended the tremendous support given to RHF by the government led by His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. He affirmed Bahrain's solidarity with the Syrian and Turkish people in their humanitarian ordeal following the devastating earthquake. His Highness directed institutions, companies, individuals, citizens and residents to contribute to the noble relief humanitarian work to alleviate the suffering of the victims in the quake-hit areas in both countries. Social Development Minister praised success of 4th National Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women's report discussion. Social Development Minister Osama bin Ahmed Khalaf Al Asfour has affirmed the pivotal role played by Bahraini women in the Kingdom's comprehensive development. The minister also praised the contributions of the Supreme Council for Women, led by Her Royal Highness Princess Sabika bint Ibrahim Al Khalifa, wife of His Majesty the King and Supreme Commander for Women President, to enhance Bahraini women's status and preserving their rights, which ensured the success and distinction of the session devoted to discussing the 4th National Report and the progress of the implementation of the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. The minister made the statements while participating in the meeting held with the UN Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women's Committee. Supreme Council of Health's President patronized 3rd National Sickle Cell Symposium. Under the patronage of the President of the Supreme Council of Health, Lieutenant General Dr. Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, the government hospitals will hold the 3rd National Sickle Cell Symposium, organized by Education Plus and sponsored by Novartis. The symposium will take place on Saturday, February 18th at the Gulf Hotel. On the occasion, Supreme Council of Health President asserted that the medical sector enjoys the care of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and the constant support of the government, led by His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, making Bahrain a leader in medical development in its various specialities. He indicated that the symposium will provide an opportunity to shed on the Kingdom's achievements in the medical fields, as it will host a great number of sickle cell anemia specialists from Bahrain and abroad. He emphasized the Supreme Council of Health's keenness to provide all kinds of support for government hospitals to ensure that the 3rd symposium achieves all forecast goals. His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad honored with Positive Impact Award in Mixed Martial Arts. Arena Sport, the leading company in the field of sports media in Serbia and Balkans and the largest source of sports content in Europe, honored His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the first Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, President of the General Sports Authority, President of Bahrain Olympic Committee, during the International Brave Serbia Week. His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa was awarded the Positive Impact Award in Mixed Martial Arts as a gesture of appreciation for the efforts made by His Highness to promote the MMA scene in Europe and beyond since the establishment of the fighting organization under the vision of His Highness in September 2016. His Highness' vision led to the launch of the Brave CF Championship outside the borders of the Kingdom of Bahrain, reaching Europe and making Serbia the capital of martial arts sports in Europe. Serbian Minister of Sports Zoran Gajic announced his country's official recognition of mixed arts as a sport, a step that will benefit thousands of athletes participating in this sport in the country. LMRA, NPRA and Southern Police Directorate conducted a joint inspection campaign. The Labour Market Regulatory Authority conducted a joint inspection campaign in the Southern Governorate in coordination with the Nationality Passports and Residence Affairs of the Ministry of Interior and the Southern Governorate Police Directorate. The campaign resulted in reporting violations related to the labour market and residency laws. The cases were referred for legal action. LMR stressed its commitment to report any violation through a continuous and intensive inspection plan in coordination with the relevant government entities. Now we will be back after a very short break. The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination. Welcome back. Dubai opened the world's largest inflatable park. Dubai on Friday set a new Guinness World Record for housing the world's largest inflatable park. Set up at Dubai Parks and Resorts, the inflatable park Jump X is spread over 1,262 square meters. The previous world record was held by Big Bounce America in the US, which is spread over nearly 1,000 square meters. The official certificate was presented by the Guinness World Records official adjudicator to Fernando Airo, CEO of Dubai Holding Entertainment. Arab world's first purpose-built synagogue in century opened at UAE Interfaith Center. The United Arab Emirates on Thursday opened a center housing a mosque, church and the country's first official synagogue with the aim of promoting interfaith coexistence in the Muslim nation. At Thursday's opening ceremony, UK Chief Rabbi Ephraim affirmed a mezuzah of the entrance of the new mosque's Ben Maywon synagogue, which he stated was the first purpose-built synagogue in the Arab world for nearly a century. With 3 hours of worship in the same place, the Abrahamic family house, inaugurated in the capital Abu Dhabi, is the first of its kind. The 3 houses of worship are of equal stature and share the same external dimensions. Abu Dhabi launched flexible health insurance for entrepreneurs and investors. Abu Dhabi, in cooperation with Abu Dhabi Department of Economic Development, has introduced flexible health insurance options in Abu Dhabi. The newly launched option seeks to alleviate the Emirates' position as an attractive destination for entrepreneurs and investors that seek to live and work in the Emirate, as well as broaden access to world-class healthcare services for all community members in accordance with the highest standards of quality and efficiency. The new flexible health insurance policy provides entrepreneurs, investors, and others with an insurance option at a low and competitive cost, while flexible insurance holders can upgrade their insurance coverage in agreement with the issuance provider. Several categories can subscribe to the new insurance option according to conditions set by Department of Health Abu Dhabi. As part of the new insurance option, health insurance providers will evaluate the condition and medical record of the insured to determine whether they will accept the request for inclusion in the flexible health insurance policy. Earthquake death toll passed 45,000 and many still missing in flattened apartments. More than 45,000 people have been killed in the earthquake that struck Turkey and Syria, and the toll is expected to soar up with some 264,000 apartments in Turkey destroyed and many still missing in the country's worst modern disaster. 11 days after the quake hit, 3 survivors were dug out from the rubble in Turkey on Friday. The death toll in Turkey stands at 39,672, while neighboring Syria has reported more than 5,800 deaths. Syria's toll has not changed for days, Reuters reported. Magnitude 6.4 quake hit Indonesia Maluku province. An earthquake of 6.4 magnitude struck off Indonesia's Tanimbar Islands in Maluku province, the country's geophysics agency said, adding that there was no tsunami potential. The agency said the quake's epicenter was at a depth of 97 kilometers, Reuters reported. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.